greater than the reward that I wish to gain from doing a particular action. For we find in a tradition, during the time of the Prophet of God sallallahu alaihi wa alihi, that a man would come towards the Prophet of God and say that jihad and war has become wajib upon the Muslims. At that time, the Muslims were facing a war. As you know, when the Ma'soom is alive, it becomes incumbent and obligatory on all men of a particular age to go and fight war if the Imam alayhi salam orders you to do so. He came to the Prophet of God, because I too wish to go and fight for the Muslims and defend the Muslim lands and be of those who fulfills my obligatory obligation. The narration mentions the Prophet of God would mention, yes, if you pass away in this way, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will give you rizq and sustenance, and begins to mention the benefits of doing this thing. And then the man turns to the Prophet of God and says, my walidain are still alive. They are very old and they still have a lot of expectation from me. I have a lot of responsibilities upon me. The Prophet of God would turn towards this man and say, by the one whose my life is in his hands, Allah Azza wa Jal, by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, a person who serves his mother and father for 1 day and night, it is greater than 1 year spent fighting in the way of Allah Azza wa Jal. He told him, stay back and stay in khidmah of your walidain. Such is the status of parents, that if a person was to understand the maqam of parents and truly do service of their parents, he can become one of those who is close to Sayyidul Shuhada Salamullah alayhi. Very easy. One of the keys of success that has been given to the believers is if a person does khidmatul walidain. If a person, however, does not do khidmatul walidain, we have many traditions speaking about al-aqul walidain, the person who becomes aq. He becomes disowned by his parents, and the aqibah and the ending for this person is hellfire, mentioned in the traditions. If your parents truly see you as disobedient and you do something to break their heart, you are of those who will be punished in the akhirah. However, many of us think, and many people